If you're looking for something fun to do in Syracuse this weekend, here are 18 different events that are taking place that I think you would love no matter what your vibe is. Tonight from 6:30 to 8:30, we're hosting Silent Book Club at my favorite coffee shop in all of Syracuse, Kelsey's Coffee and Friends. I love Silent Book Club because there's one, no expectation to be reading the same book as everyone else, and two, no expectation to talk to anyone else. So you could literally come, read your book, and leave, and that is totally fine. Many people do it every single time. Tomorrow, November 11th, Carter Vale is performing at the Westcott Theater. Also tomorrow, November 7th, there's going to be a Syracuse Stamp Club meetup, and that's going to be held at the Reformed Church of Syracuse. Also November 7th, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets is going to be live in concert in Syracuse. I have seen so many ads for this for the New York City shows, and they always look so good. And that's going to be done with the Syracuse Orchestra at the Landmark Theater. From November 7th to November 9th, the holiday shops are starting at the New York State Fairgrounds. There's going to be a ton of different vendors set up, and that's going to be inside the horticulture building, the same building where you can get the baked potato if it was the state fair. On the morning of November 8th, the CNY Veterans Fair and Expo will also be held at the New York State Fairgrounds. Also on November 8th, it's going to be Family Day at the Syracuse stage. Also November 8th, there's going to be a fall bingo hike where you basically go in, get your bingo board, and then you hike around Beaver Lake and play bingo while you're hiking. Very fun, right up my alley. I love bingo and I also love being outside. And that's gonna be at the Beaver Lake Nature Center. Also November 8th, Puzzle Mania is being hosted at the Soul Branch Library. And the one thing for this is you do have to sign up by today. I think they're limiting it to a very small number of teams, but essentially you have to go through with your team and solve as many 500-piece puzzles as you can within the given time frame, and then there's a prize if you win. Also November 8th, Beaver Lake is doing their coffee house night. There's gonna be acoustic music, coffee, dessert, lots of mingling, meeting new people, and that's going to be at the Beaver Lake Nature Center. Also, yes, November 8th, there's going to be the Unplugged Tribute Band, and they'll be performing at the Westcott Theater. Also on November 8th, there's a concert at Song and Dance, and it's by this group called Pega. I'm really sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. I think I looked it up, and I think that's how you say it. November 8th and November 9th, there's going to be this thing called Scout Orienteering, so it's for different Boy Scouts and Girl Scout troops, and orienteering is where you basically go out in nature and learn how to navigate with a compass and a map, and that's going to be at Highland Forest Park. On November 8th and November 9th, the CNY Art Guild is hosting their Fall Fine Art Show and Sale, and that's going to be held at the Aspen House, Radisson. In the early afternoon on November 9th, there's a really cool workshop where you can build a fairy dwelling. So I think you have to bring in your vessel, a bottle or whatever you want to bring in, and there's a class held where you can build the fairy dwelling within it, and that's going to be held at Fairyland Art Studio in Antiques West. Also on November 9th, Christmas season is finally starting in Syracuse, and the Nutcracker is being performed at the Landmark Theater. Also on November 9th, the Syracuse Youth Orchestra is hosting their fall concert, and that's going to be at Corcoran High School. And then finally on November 9th, there's this thing called Jazz Jam being held at Funkin' Waffles. So pretty much anyone can go if you're a professional jazz player or if you just started playing jazz music. Everyone plays music together, connects with other people, and